There's so many people locked up in the world, and that shit ain't never gonna change. But while you're in there doing that time, don't let that time just be time wasted. You understand? Learn while you're in there. For this video here, I'm gonna be telling y'all some of the shit that I learned from going to prison. Let's do it.
Haha, dawg, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with a lock. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first step's finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Today, I'm going to be breaking it down and giving y'all some input on the things that I learned while I was incarcerated. At the end of the day, you know, you can't control what happens when you're locked up. You can't control when you eat, sleep, or shit. None of that. But you can control what you learn while you were in there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell y'all some of the things that I learned while being incarcerated. Some things that I wasn't able to learn on the streets. I had to wait until I was incarcerated to actually learn. You feel me? And you know, it sucks that I had to go to prison in order to learn these type of things. But at the end of the day, I'm only human, and it is what it is. One of the things that I learned while I was incarcerated is don't take shit for granted. All right, when you're out here on the streets, you got all this money. Got all these different females, you know, you're popular, your name rings bells, everybody want to hang out with you, everybody want to be around you, they want to be part of your shine, part of your glow, you feel me? When you get incarcerated, all that shit gonna go away. Now when you're in the county jail, don't get me wrong, people still act like you're still that main person out of the squad. Females will still act like you got all their heart, all they want is you, they can't live without you. You know, they some of them ride for a little while, you know, but then after a while, you feel me? And that's just part of the game. You know, I had to learn that the same people I was riding for on the streets wasn't truly gonna ride for me. And, you know, I did things out there on the streets for people that I could have caught 25 to life over. But by me getting incarcerated, I found out that they won't even catch a jaywalking for me. And it's certain things like that that you need a wake-up call. Me going to prison was my wake-up call. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm an angel now because I've been to prison, because no, I'm far from that. But at the same time, I learned a lot because the same people that I was rocking with, the same females I was holding down, spoiling, taking care of, beating up any fucking dude that try to, you know what I'm saying, disrespect them, making it known that they was my queen. Same females shitted on me. Had numerous of them shitted on me. It all ended the same. It don't matter how long it was. It all had the same ending. Shitted on me. Homeboys. Same people I was out there kicking with, taking fades for. You feel me? Getting into altercations over on the streets, you know, riding behind my dogs. Shitted on me. Acted like I had a life sentence when I only caught 60 months in Florida State Prison. You can't ride for a five-piece bid, and I'm out here putting my life on the line for quadruple that many years, you know? But that's one of the things that I learned while I was in there. I learned not to keep people close. Nowadays, I keep my enemies closer, believe it or not. All that friend shit, all that homeboys, or all that girl, you the love of my life, and all that, yeah, that shit sound good. But in the back of my mind, I'm not here for a long time, little mama. I'm here for a good time. You see? And I learned all these types of things while being incarcerated. And it wasn't like I enjoyed learning that. While I was in there, man, I hated that shit. I hated how females would treat me when I was incarcerated. I hated how my homeboys, you know, was leaving me hanging and shit. Saying they sending the money and it ain't never sent. Sending a letter, that shit don't never come back. Female saying she sent me pictures and sent the Vizzo form and all that shit, never arrives. Meanwhile, I'm receiving everyone else's mail who's truly rocking with me, you know? I hated that shit. I was in there stressing over that type of shit. That's the type of shit that drives you crazy inside of the joint, you know? And like I said, I had to get locked up in order to see that. Now I see it perfectly clear. That's why I always say I am my team, you know, because I learned the hard way. Even though it was the hard route, I still learned from it, okay? So I learned not to take shit for granted, because them same girls that wanted you to get right on the streets, same ones that told you, oh, get that street shit up, it's either me or them, it's either me or the streets. You feel me? And you be like, ah, it ain't that serious. Or when they bickering at you and arguing with you, you know, you're just brushing it under the rug because you really don't want to argue. And you think it ain't that big of a deal, the argument. But in reality, it is to them females, because the moment your ass is down at your worst, they gonna shit on you. Straight up. And there's so many people out there to this day that go through that shit. Some learn, some don't. You feel me? Some of them get out and run back to the same female that ain't never did shit for them. You know, because they can't help it. You know, they'll get out, lock in with the same female that was gone fucking 95% of their bid. Comes back around, she finds out you got less than a year left. Makes up every excuse in the world of why they left you. Same thing with your homeboys. Why they tried you when you was locked up. Why they, you know what I'm saying? It's different if you got someone in there and you don't want the police, you know, like hearing your phone calls and shit. Then you just tell them, hey, look, bro, I ain't really on this phone call shit, bro. But you know, hey, bitch, I put that money in your account, bitch. I'll send you a letter here and there, you know. Or even if you can't do that, because I know how the street shit is. Feel me? I got plenty of homeboys I wasn't able to, you know, keep right with them letters at times. But now that I know what it feels like being on that side, you best believe I ride for mine, and I make sure it ain't nothing for me to put some time in my day to send my dogs a kite, just to let them know they being thought of. Pictures ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? I got you. Because them little things right there are gonna help someone in there get their mind off of whatever they may be going through in there that is bad. Their mind is gonna be off that, just off of one picture. You send them a picture of you and two other your homeboys, bitch, just posted up in the hood. They gonna stare at that picture a million times. You feel me? Take it from me, I know. And by me getting incarcerated and learning not to take shit for granted, I move different on the streets now. All right? That's why I am the way I am now. I keep my composure. I'm cool, calm, and collective. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know what I'm capable of. And I know how to get down to business if I need to, you know? But when you are locked up, remember me telling you this. I don't care who it is, how tight you are, how long you've been with a female. If that person is your blood, it don't matter. None of that shit. People shit on you, okay? You know how they say family first? Family ain't first, believe it or not. In my eyes, loyalty's first, not family. You see what I'm saying? And then people say, you know, blood is thicker than water. Yeah, blood is thicker than water, don't get me wrong. But blood is also harder to clean up. Remember that. Another thing that I learned while I was in prison, I learned not to act so quickly. Before I was a hothead. A bitch couldn't say something, couldn't look at me funny, couldn't bump my shoulder, couldn't step on my griffies. None of that shit without me poof, blowing a gasket. Shit go down right then and there. And in the back of my mind, I got bond money. Straight up. That's all I would think. I got bond money. Straight up. A bitch bump into me, bro. I could cop back and try to knock his head off his shoulders right here at the corner store in front of whoever's here. You feel me? I'll cop back and try to take his head off his shoulders with this punch and beat his ass right here inside this corner store. Because in my mind, that ain't shit but a simple battery, and I got bond money. Now, I don't try to, you know, be on the scene. I don't try to get in the shit at all. And I do it for my own good. You know what I'm saying? Because believe it or not, I didn't really learn in prison. What I mean by learn is it didn't rehabilitate me like it's supposed to do. My mind was already strong. That's what got me through my prison bid. You feel me? So by me going to prison, it ain't like, oh, he learned his lesson. That's why he ain't went back. No, it isn't that at all. If I went back to prison right now, if I ended up laying back in there doing a whole nother bid and all, you think I'm going to live totally different in there? No, I'm going to be the same person. I'm going to be doing what I got to do to get through. And I'm just going to, it's complicated. It's like for people who don't deserve to go to prison, like first timers that messed up or whatever, that are scared shitless, that truly ain't about that life, that don't deserve to be there. Prison will rehabilitate you. You will go there because you're not deserving to be there, and you know you just made a bad mistake, and you landed there. That shit will make it to where you don't come back to prison. But people who broke the law several times, been in and out as a juvenile, that been in trouble as a jitterbug in school and all that shit, when they go to prison, all that shit does is make you worse. You feel me? Ones that ain't meant to be there, they go there and they listen to the officers. They learn how to respect the officers. Ones like me, we're convicts. We try to slither our way around the officers and find out the ways that the officers don't know of nothing and get away with everything. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, by me going to prison, it just suited me up to where I knew, okay, Frog, don't nobody care about you. All that, oh, when you're doing the time, we're doing the time with you, blah, 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 shit you hear from people isn't true. And I learned that, okay? So here I'm going to get in an altercation with someone at the corner store now because he bumped into me. And I'm going to jump the gun, blow a gasket, and try to knock out his fronts. What I'm going to do that for? All that's going to happen is I'm going to land locked up. Even though I got bond money still, shit ain't changed. It's even bigger than it was before. But even though, what am I proving? That his teeth ain't in as tight as he thought they was? I'm not really proving nothing. All I'm doing is digging myself a hole. You know, I'm making my life more hard than it has to be instead of enjoying life. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that I can say I learned from being in prison. I learned not to jump the gun, not to react so fast. Because a lot of times in prison, when you get yourself in situations that spark a bad fucking vibe and animosity in the air and all the tension going around, a lot of it be in your head. Literally. Someone might not have meant what happened, but in your mind, it did. Because they say in prison, there's always something behind every action someone does. If a bitch come and cut you in the morning, they cut you in line. You know, even if it's oh, my bad, bro. I didn't know this was a line, you know, or, oh, just let me go real quick, bro, get my drink. You know, anything like that, or bump you, it came from somewhere, you know? And by you being in prison, off rip, you're like, hell nah, man, I know this motherfucker ain't just try me like this. You see? And then next thing you know, you get yourself in an altercation, and really, you don't know. That officer told him because he has a viso, or he's got a lawyer meeting, or lawyer's coming to visit him, so he ain't got time to wait in line to get his child. That the officer told him to go skip the line real quick, grab his tray, eat real quick, and head out there. And he's just doing what he was told. But here you done fucking dropped your tray and decided, you know what, I'm gonna try to ollie-ook in this motherfucker right now just for playing with me. You see? And that's the lifestyle I used to do. That's the type of shit I used to do. Anyone that knows me on the streets will tell you this. Anyone that knows Kfrog personally will tell you how Kfrog's known. Will tell you what Kfrog did growing up, how my name rings bells, and, you know, it's legit. I don't have to do that no more. Don't mean I won't. You feel me? But I'm not so eager to do it because I know at the end of the day, it's going to be just me doing that time. Yeah, I'm going to be hurting my kids. You know what I'm saying? And my sick elders, you know, my loved ones might not be here no more by the time I get out. You feel me? But by you going to prison, like I said, you have nothing but time on your hands, so all you're going to do is try to learn as much things as you want. There's going to be messages thrown at you the whole time you're doing your bid. Your best bet is to grasp each one of those, keep them shits with you now, and learn from each one of them. Learn, man, that ain't really my dogs. That bitch wasn't truly mine. I was just renting her for a little bit. You got to learn different things. You got to learn, like, okay, the way I was getting money wasn't the good way to get money. Because it ain't if you get caught, it's when you get caught. Because it's only a matter of time, you know, and you got to learn, like, all right, yeah, I got away with these 10 other things. I'm in here right now for this one thing. I'm innocent, but I got spared on 10 things that I should have been in jail for. You're going to have to learn, and you learn to move differently. That's another thing I learned while incarcerated. I want to be off the radar. I could have came home. I bought a truck and a car while in prison. I could have came home sitting on rims and all that shit. I did that shit back in the day, bro. Straight up. I got a Crown Vic bubble just sitting that has bullet holes in it from being in shootouts and shit, with evidence tape still stuck all on the side of that shit, ruined my whole paint job. And I did a video before showing it to y'all, showing y'all like how I grew up and everything like that, showed y'all my Crown Vic and all that shit. Like I was literally living ratchet on the streets. Now I don't want to. Now I want to be ducked off. You feel me? Now I want to ride by straight stock. That's it. Throw some decent tints on here and keep it moving. Bitches might think I'm an undercover. Shit, I'd rather them think that than to know, oh, look, there goes old Kfrogtv. Look at him, boy, he's a hothead. He might have something in his car. Let's pull him. You see, I'm not on that shit. Me, I want to be as clean as it can be. I'm not on that radio blaring, windows down, want everybody to see me and all that shit. I learned while in prison that wasn't the route to go. All that did was put more eyes on me, draw more people towards me, make people know what I'm doing. You never want people in your pocket and you don't want them to know your next move. Straight up. If a bitch see you driving up and down the street 3-4 times, they lock eyes on you. 3-4 times and your windows are down, your music's blaring, guess what? If they see it enough times, they gonna know, oh, I guarantee you, what's his name's over here in this neighborhood. I see him all the time. Now they know. So if someone ever wanted to come bang your ass, dome check you, or whatever it could be, they already know your whereabouts. Oh, there's a party going down at such and such. Oh, I bet you what's his name gonna be there. How you know? Because he used to always post up over there, bro. I know he's gonna be there. You never let no one know your whereabouts. You feel me? So when I came home from prison, my goal was to be a ghost. That's it. Bitches see me, they be like, Frog, what's up, bitch? All loving all on me. What's up, y'all boys? They like, bitch, Kfrog the legend, bitch. What's up, dog? Da, da, da. Are you good, bitch? Like, damn, bro. Because no matter how many times I went to the county jail, no matter how many times I went to juvenile programs, the detention centers, been suspended from school, got put in IS, fucking detention, all that, I still would go back and do the same thing. Same thing. Hot boy. That's what we call it down here. I was a hot boy. Straight up. Police know I'm riding with that thing, and I didn't give a damn. I still was riding with that bitch. You feel me? That's how I was back in the day. Now I'm like, fuck that. I'm cool, calm, and collective. I'm taking care of my family. This is the longest I've been out straight without getting in trouble. And I'm proud of myself for it. You feel me? Because I learned all these little things, which were already there, but it just made me not let them go. Like I said, I grasped them and I taught myself, man, when I get out, I'm finna stay to myself. Straight up. When I get out, I'm finna get me my money. I'm not gonna rock with nobody. I'm doing my own thing. I'm keeping people out my game room. I'm gonna move totally different. Them same people I was out there rocking for, I still see them all the time. Almost damn near every day. Ain't shit changed. But bitch, I'm not head first retarded like I was before. Because at the end of the day, when you'll jump just to jump, you're a wind-up toy. Y'all know them toys where it's got the dude on this side and the dude on this side, and when you move the things, they just go to punching each other until the head pop off? That's what you are. You're just a little wind-up toy at the end of the day. And Frog ain't on that shit. You know, I'm a man. I'm a leader. Still to this day, I've always been a leader in my neighborhood. Went to prison, did my own bid. Straight up, I was a leader. A lot of gang members fought with me, loved to hang around with me. They loved my energy, the way I rock, the way I carry myself. I learned not to hold what someone claims or what someone represents or where they're from. I learned not to hold that against them while I was in prison. Straight up. I grew up in East Davie. We grew up on some fuck everybody. If you ain't from East Davie, fuck you. That's how we grew up. We grew up on, I don't care who it is. I don't give a damn. We bust our own kinds. We whoop our own kind. We go out together and get into some shit together. If not, we get into it with each other. That's how it was growing up in my neighborhood. Now, I got respect for everybody. I'm not on that jitterbug shit no more. But I'll never, ever forget where I came from or stop repping where I'm from. You feel me? And I'm all in about my shit at the same time. But I'm not a crash dummy, you know? Never been a crash dummy. I just was always a hothead. And even though I didn't have shit to prove, I was always one of them cocky ones. So that's why in prison, when I found myself in situations, I didn't care who gangbanged. I didn't care about none of that shit. You know, a lot of white boys are scared to fight black people in prison. Literally, because it's rare that you get a one-on-one. It's rare that you get a head-up fade. I've been seen past all that shit. The schools I went to when I was younger was majority blacks. So I grew up fighting black people. You feel me? White people too, but I fought blacks, you know, so I didn't, that shit don't mean nothing to me. I'm from down south. I'm from Florida. We don't go by colors down here at all. White boys, blacks, Spanish, Caucasians, fucking Asians, whatever you want to call them. All of us grew up down here together. And it was head ups, fights, jumps, all that my whole life. So if I get in an altercation with someone in the chain gang that is a different race, that shit doesn't matter to me. You feel me? I grew up and been knew already to respect every race out there. I'm no better than a different race, and no other race is better than me. You see what I'm saying? You got to take these videos, man, and learn. Because like I said, I had to go to prison, man, just to learn these couple things, man. I had to learn to be patient. One thing I never had before I went to prison was patience. Straight up. And then when you're making money, if you're hustling, you're in the dope game or whatever you was doing, you feel me? You don't catch on that you ain't got no patience. Like JG Wentworth says, it's my money and I want it now, right? But the next thing you know, boy, at one time, your ass slipped. And you don't even know who seen you do the transaction. Why? Because you ain't have patience. You ain't peep. Maybe you always watch your surroundings, but this one time you was in a rush. You had another person to go meet up with. You feel me? You didn't want them to leave and not want to buy the product, so you're like, oh, let me just... And then you didn't peep your surroundings because you didn't have no patience. And then boom, the right person locked eyes on you. Now your ass ain't under the radar no more. Little do you know your ass is front and center. You see? Patience, I learned in prison. And the way I learned that in there is because every single thing that you go through while in prison comes with patience. I don't give a damn if you got to go see the nurse. Your ass gonna be waiting. I don't care if you got to go to fucking chow hall and eat. You're gonna be waiting. Time, y'all get ready for rec. Okay, we're ready for rec. Waiting. You gotta have patience. When it comes to sending your mail, shit takes 3 to 4 days to get to them. 3 to 4 days to get back to you if they write you that same day. You see? So you're looking at like 8 to 9 days, maybe 10 days due to the weekends before you even get mail back from your letter. Them little things that you're going through while you're in there, you learn that it ain't the end of the world. But a lot of that shit feels like the end of the world because of the situations and circumstances that you're going through while you're incarcerated. It feels like, man, they fucking mail this, man, they trying me, bro. Man, they ain't got no money on the phone, bro. I've been told them. But you gotta have patience. There ain't one single thing in prison that doesn't come with patience, except for stabbings. Them shits go down like that. Now, unless they're laying on you and they trying to like figure you out or making you think shit's sweet, so then they'll be patient with it and they'll fall back. They're plotting on you. Then yeah, patience comes in then. You feel me? But patience is one thing. If your ass ain't got no patience, you're gonna wreck out. You're gonna come out of prison head first. Feel like you're untouchable. You're gonna feel like because you've been gone for a while that they don't know I'm coming home. I'm finna come out and I'm finna stunt. I done lost all this weight. I done got all cut up. I done got me a 6-pack. Or I done got me big. I've been fucking eating. I done bulked up. Now I'm looking weefy. Them hoes gonna be all up on me. And then you jump out head first, wreck out. That's why majority of the people that I did time with that was on the streets with me are no longer on the streets. They didn't have patience. They came home and jumped in that water head first and they didn't have their floaties on. That's exactly what happens. And even if it don't happen right away, it can happen a couple months later. It can happen a year later. That just means that their patience ran out. Patience saves my life, still to this day. You understand? And I'm grateful for it. But before, Frog ain't had no patience, y'all. Literally. It takes patience just sitting here talking to a camera. Ain't no one even talking back to me. I'm just sitting here talking to y'all. You think that shit don't take patience? That shit takes patience. You feel me? And like I said, the things that I learned in prison, I wouldn't have learned if I didn't get incarcerated. Didn't learn it while doing all my other times in the county and shit like that. It literally took me going to prison to where I was at my worst to learn these couple things. And I figured I'd put this video together today just to tell y'all some of the things I learned while I was incarcerated. Take the advice, it's free. You feel me? I just want to let y'all know type of shit that you may not catch while you're in prison. That shit'll go in one ear, out the other, and you won't know it. It's signs. Use your time wisely. You're not gonna fully get rehabilitated while you're incarcerated, but rehabilitate your mind, bro. Trust me, that shit will pay off in the long run, man. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all stay tuned. Y'all already know, man, I got nothing but that real spill, and I'm gonna just keep on dropping that shit. I'm glad everybody likes the new intro. I'm gonna start using that one from now on. I'm gonna wrap this one on up though, man. Y'all keep them squares, rats, clown snakes, chomos, fruitcakes, and all them out your circle. And until next time, you already know, this Frog.